So just trying to make sure I got all my streaming software set up here. And I'm using an external microphone. And as you can see, I'm outside today. A little bit of greenery in the background. I'm on the third floor of the shopping mall. They have a balcony outside the mall. So you might be hearing some motorbikes go past or some birds in the background. If you can hear me okay, just give me a +1 and we'll get on with it here. I said I wasn't going to come in for the London session, but I actually decided to go. I finished at the gym earlier than I expected.
Hey,
So let's expand this a little bit here and make the chart bigger. There we go. So yeah, I got finished at the gym a little bit earlier than expected and just in time for the London Open, which happened 30 seconds ago. And it looks like it wants to be a little bit bullish on this initial candle. Just expand that chart a little bit there. We're looking at the 15-minute chart on XAU USD. And I've got this is my trend line strategy here in case people who don't follow me don't know what I'm doing. Just type that in there. Trend line strategy. Meaning if it breaks below the green line and closes below the green line, then I would look at going short. And if it breaks above the red line, a downward trend line, then and closes above the red trend line, then I would want to go long. That's I hope those motorbikes are not too loud for you. They're too loud for me, but maybe you can't hear them. So that's the way the strategy works. It breaks below the green line, I go short. Breaks above the red line, I go long. And these trend lines go back to the monthly chart. It's a top-down analysis. Monthly, weekly, daily, 4-hour, 1 hour, 15-minute. And they go all the way back as far as you can. Yesterday, we didn't see anything at all on the London market. You saw all of this sideways nonsense. Didn't do a thing. And you just absolutely cannot make any money there. But finally, when the U.S. market started to open, then we got some action. And then Wall Street opened right in here, and it continued. It started its bullish run again, and then fell down before the New York session closed. And then we opened today here in the Asia session with a bullish move, very nice bullish move, about $50, all the way up to the top here. We started out at with Singapore opening at 51.48, and we got all to 52.10. So about a $60 move during the Asia session. So let's just see what's going to happen during the London session. I usually don't trade during the London session. I don't usually see a trade set up. It's really called the manipulation session. And it just goes up and down a lot. And then when the U.S. market starts to open, that's, of course, London is still open, and they're, within about 3 hours of closing. So they start closing or executing orders, and then it starts to get busier. But the first 3 or 4 hours of London is generally not much to look at. At least that's been my experience. Sometimes it can be, but I'm happy to trade in this here in the Asian session, and then I'll come back in the New York session for the opening of Wall Street. That's at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9:30 p.m. Indochina time, where I live. Just check my phone, see what's going on here. It's popping up a lot of messages. 52, 51.86. Okay. And 51.80. Well, I might give that a try. I don't know. 51.80. One, not much of a move there. Okay. Sorry about that. Got distracted. Oh, I got a couple of comments here. Hey, Howard. Yeah, yeah, I did work hard. I probably went a little bit earlier than I was thinking to go. I think that's what happened. I do the same general workout. I spend the same amount of time, about 45 minutes exercise time. I think I just went earlier than I had anticipated, so I got finished earlier than I anticipated. So you had a gold trade on for hours, and you're up 54 cents. Okay. Well, at least you're not down 54 cents. So where did you buy that one? You got in earlier today, but you closed that one out when you got nervous. You had one open here, and then you closed it out right in here. Then you got nervous, and then it went on up. So you've made 54 cents. I don't know. Are you short, long? You've had it on for hours. No telling what price you got in. I don't know that I'll stick around here very long. I just wanted to pop in and see what's going on. And as I expected, not very much happening right now. I don't usually trade the London session. I've said that many times, and it's true, I don't. But I need to check in. I need to look, see what's going on, see what the market sentiment is, if I can kind of reanalyze things. We did break above that resistance level here that Howard pointed out this morning, broke above that, but didn't get very far. Got up to 52.10 and then fell back down. And now that's kind of where we are now. What's it trading at 51.86? Yeah, kind of in that same zone. So we might get some more of that sideways nonsense throughout the London session, and then we'll see what New York will do with it when Wall Street opens. I'm expecting higher prices, but not too high. We're not going to go up like a rocket, I don't think. We might be more in that consolidation phase, setting that new market structure that started this week, and stay in that zone between those two ranges, which I showed earlier today on my 4-hour chart. So I don't think we'll be going to 6,000 this week, but definitely bullish on the 4-hour chart, bullish on the day chart. So I keep looking for an opportunity to buy. And this, if you're a scalper, this was a good one here. That was that was exactly 3 hours ago, 3 hours and 10 minutes ago, and then it moved up three candles. That's 45-minute good move there. Actually, four candles before it started to fall back down. Which you really got to be looking at the chart all the time to kind of catch these you know odd time numbers. It's not an opening. This is not the London Open. It's not the Asia Open. Kind of midway between the markets, and you really got to be watching your charts or have some uh, alerts set up on TradingView. TradingView is very good for that. Actually, you can set up alerts. I've got alerts on both of my trend lines. You see here on this upward trend line, I've got an alert. That's the little clock there, and that means when it breaks below this line and closes below, when that candle is finished, if it closes below that trend line, then I'll get an alert. And the same is true for this downward trend line. You see the little clock there? You go and set that up however you want, and you can have it notify you on your phone, on your email, on your laptop. And it's got all kinds of sounds to go with it. It's a great tool. It means you don't have to be watching the charts all the time. Yeah, you got to keep your finger on the pulse. But there comes a time when, after so many years of trading, you want to just step away from it. You're crazy looking at the charts all the time. But I think I got it down pretty good, where I just come in, have a look, have a kind of a recheck, reanalyze, sort of midday. For me, it's midday between the Asian and the New York session. So yeah, you're right, Howard. Keep the finger on the pulse. But I'm not one of those guys anymore that looks at the charts all the time. I used to be years and years ago, but that gets real old real quick, and it will make you crazy. And a lot of traders starting out, they do that. It's addictive, it's addictive. And you're sitting there watching all this. Wow, wow, look at this. Wow, oh man. But there's plenty of opportunity. You don't have to watch the charts all the time. We got anybody else that's come in? No, it's just me and Howard. And like I said, I do come in here occasionally for the London Live, but I don't usually get too many people to join in. A lot of people at work in Southeast Asia at this time of day, in their offices and doing what they do. People in the States are asleep. South America, they're asleep. And getting late for those of you in Australia and New Zealand. Well, it's not too late. I guess it's be about 7 p.m. in Sydney, maybe 8 p.m. in Auckland. I think I got that right. A little bit bright out here. Sun's starting to come out and get in my face. I just moved my table behind the block there. Now I need to move it again. Okay. That's a little bit better. And I only came outside because I'm doing this live. Normally I sit inside the mall, but it's really noisy inside the mall, so there's no way I was going to do this inside. So that's the first 15-minute candle, and there's been nothing at all going on there. Nothing at all. Let me go over to the 1 minute chart on my laptop and see how that looks. Nope, just sideways. Yeah. A little bit of up and down and up. Starting to break above the 100, which could be a bullish indication, but haven't seen any real momentum just yet, except on that first candle. That first candle was a good one, but then it's kind of fizzled out. That first 1 minute candle was a good one, but then it came right back down to where it started, and now it's doing nothing. And there's no news today, no high impact news today. I don't believe. Let me double check that. Forexfactory.com right quick. Yeah. The only news we had was the Australian. That's already done. The CPI was really good. And Trumpty Dumpty did his speech. Longest speech in the history of the State of the Union that any president has ever done. I think it was nearly 2 hours. He just bored people completely to death. But there's no other high impact news today, so we'll forget about that. And we might not see too much action here, just kind of sideways until the New York session opens. And then there will definitely be opportunity when that happens. I always get a good trade when just as the New York session gets started with Wall Street. That is, you saw yesterday. It made a really good move here. This was the beginning. This is 30 minutes before. This is at the Wall Street Open. Oh no, this is the 9:30. This is the Wall Street Open right there. I believe. No, can't hardly see my screen. This one here. First candle was before Wall Street Open was bullish, and then it just started to take off. This is Wall Street Open there. Fizzled a little bit, and then just continued up. Went sideways, continued up. Went sideways, continued up. Before closing out the session with a little bit bearish. So there's always a good opportunity. You just got to be careful and get in at the right price. That's all. That's all. That's all the point is in trading during the New York session. Is getting in at the right price. You will get a move. You just got to get in at the right price. I don't remember that, Howard. That was yesterday. I can't remember. During the Asia session, you placed a buy order and you're in good profits. I'm in good profit now, I think you mean. You've already taken partial profits. Well done. Road stop loss to break even. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. Well done. You're a champion. You're a trooper. Excellent. Keep coming in here and sharing these comments. I appreciate that. It shows other people that it can be done. Just take time, developing skills, knowledge, and experience. That's all. Just never give up. I think you've been at it for a while, but you've got it. Oh, that wasn't who was that? Well, that wasn't Howard. Sorry, I think I don't know who I'm congratulating here. Getting a few comments in now. We got the growth expat, the growth engine. God, my eyes are getting bad. The growth engine. Yeah, I remember yesterday. Now I remember who I'm talking to. The growth, the growth engine from Quebec in Canada. I remember. Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Howard. I'm sorry about that. Like I said, age is creeping up on me. The eyes are getting bad, and I'm sitting outside in the sun, so I didn't quite see that on the screen. And that's why I would say I couldn't remember because I kind of keep up with your comments, Howard, and know what you're doing. But this came from the growth engine. This guy is guy or girl, I don't know yet. Trading from Canada, lives in Quebec. And I do remember yesterday you were telling me, we should buy, and you placed a buy order then, and you're in good profits now. So you've already taken partial profits, and that's the way. That's the way it's supposed to be done. Anybody watching this, just take note of that. That's the way it's supposed to be done. You trust your strategy. You take the trade. When it moves into profit and you get a decent profit, close out part of it, put that in your pocket, move your stop loss to break even. And growth engine, you can call me Rick. My family name is Ray. So, my friends call me Rick. So, you can call me Rick. A little bit more casual. We don't have to be formal here. Even though I made the wrong comment to the wrong person, Howard, I know you make good trades. I've seen you do that. You're a careful trader, a cautious trader. You make good decisions, and I've seen you do that. The sun has come out pretty strong now, so I think I'm going to go back inside the mall. Just going to go back inside the mall, pick up my laptop, and walk back in there. This might distract a few people that are watching, but I think it'll be okay. And go back in there before I turn everything off. Now you can see the beautiful scenery here. It's a really nice balcony with a lot of greenery. I come here almost every day, actually. Somebody almost got my seat while I was outside. Oh, okay. Oh, that's a little bit better being here in the air conditioning, but it's still a little bit too noisy in here, I think, to be doing live. Very distracting. I have to wear my headphones when I'm in here, and there's a lot of people in here where I am. It's a huge working space, and there's lots of people in here. Not everybody's working. Some are playing games and what have you. So I'm going to sign off for now. Thanks everybody for being here. I appreciate it. Don't forget to like and share. That does help the channel. And if you're still awake during the New York session, I will be live at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So maybe the growth engine, you live in Quebec, that's kind of in your time zone. Maybe I'll see you then when Wall Street opens. And I'll see you again tomorrow, Howard. Everybody have a great day wherever you are in the world.